fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty, hello everybody. This is Kiru's show here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Izuku Midoriya, and a few things going on with our boy. Midoriya learned that something was going on between Kitty and Kirk from Mr. M. After that, Laura and two of the Stepford Cuckoos, they did find out. After Midoriya, well, he went through his own little thing, learning that this was going on, and that if he does go to confront Kirk, his powers will remanifest and he'll accidentally kill his former best friend. Now, this was a lot to process, and Laura and the two Stepford sisters did actually take Midoriya on a round trip all around the world in order to try and cheer him up. They had an entire fun day and a blast before being able to arrive back home. As they did, head back to Midoriya's apartment, and a small little party got started after a contest. Now, with that being said, Midoriya, he's also found out about the Phoenix arriving, and he thought he attacked the Xavier Mansion whenever he blacked out. Now, in reality, he found that this was Jean Grey, and that his powers, more of them, began to manifest. Now, he did then head there and talk with the X-Men, as Midoriya is not on the best of terms with Charles. Now, they've somewhat come up with a plan, and Charles, he's using his intellect. And whenever the two other Stepford sisters did arrive with Midoriya, they did actually greet their other sisters and walk over to Charles immediately, as they would begin to amplify his own power. Now, with the power of 6 telepaths, they did begin to try and find where Jean Grey is, as she's currently heading towards Genosha. And Midoriya, hearing that, he does almost take off flying immediately. However, Charles does bring up his hand and put a wall in front of him, Midoriya slamming into it, telling him that he can get there. Young man, your abilities, they're not strong enough yet. And besides, him then pointing out that taking the Blackbird would be faster. Midoriya trying to look at it, as he does begrudgingly go to walk over. Now, with that being said, we do have one awkward ride in the Blackbird, where a large group of mutants, they're all standing or sitting down in the seats. And Midoriya, yeah, he's on the same one as Kirk and Kitty. And then there actually is Laura and Irma, who are both there. Now, Laura and Irma did actually confront Kitty about everything, and using Irma's telepathic abilities, they had a hefty conversation. Now, Kitty did try to defend herself, talking about how it wasn't what they do think, and that she doesn't even know where these accusations came from. However, after learning that apparently they come from Mr. M, she knew she couldn't weasel her way out of it. Now, with all of that, they did eventually arrive in Genosha, and they were able to talk to Magneto. Now, Kirk did use his abilities to teleport ahead, saving himself an awkward trip, as they would inform Magneto about the oncoming threat, and he would begin to deploy the Genosian military or defense robots along with members of the actual defense force that they do have for the country, as they would go to encounter Jean Grey. Now, he is also calling in help from everybody he can get the number from. The Avengers, the Fantastic Four, you name it. And, hearing that this threat is heading for Genosha, it could pose a problem. However, some countries are reluctant, you could say. If they do help, what's in it for them? Really, this is something that would be easy for them to just let go, push to the side. And Magneto does know that. Now, with that, some countries do aid Genosha and go to help. As we do have whenever the Blackbird does land in the country. And Midori is the first one to step off. Magneto being quite alarmed to see the boy, as he would walk up. Why, hello, young man. Hi, Magneto. I'm sorry, but how are you? Long story. Crawled out of my grave 6 months ago. Anyways, I'm here. My powers are back. The Phoenix is on its way. Tell me what you need. Hmm? Yes, well, as you can see, he's quite enthusiastic. Charles would say, as he does come down the ramp. Now, Charles and Magneto do begin a conversation, and they are trying to come up with the best strategy. Every time the Phoenixes encounter some people, it immediately would wipe them off the map. Magneto watching Jean Grey rip apart the military personnel within seconds, and even toying around with one for at least a solid 3 minutes. Now, he notices that there's some sort of sick, twisted game she does like to play. She knows that they can't win, and she's just having fun at this point. That's just it. Now, there is a lot of debate about what could be done. And we do have Midoriya, who he actually is just standing there and trying to think. Him just tapping his finger against his bicep and wondering, okay, so his powers returned yesterday. Jean Grey is on her way to destroy Genosha, and he's just sitting here twiddling his thumbs. This is annoying. Now, Midoriya does actually then have Kirk, who would come walking up. Midoriya actually turning to see him, as he does look very angry. Kirk actually going to try and at least say, hey, to his friend. Kirk, I'm going to give you 3 seconds to walk away and not piss me off more. Yeah, I just wanted to clear the air about some things. Clear the air about what? I know, Mr. M told me. Hell, you wanna know what else he told me? If I came to confront you yesterday, I would have killed you. My super strength would have manifested. My other abilities could have manifested, I don't know. And now I'm just wondering, what happens if I confront you now? If I just get my hands on you, will my strength manifest? They would consider that to be an accident, right? Do you know? Now, you do actually have Kirk, who currently is actually taking a large gulp of air and trying to think. Yeah, he fucked up. Now, Kirk would try to talk Midoriya down, trying to explain that this is all just a big misunderstanding, and that it can all be fixed. The moment he does say that word, Midoriya, he immediately just brings out his left hand, and does clock Kirk across his face. Now, the moment that actually does happen, Midoriya's arm does shift, and Midoriya does get angry, as one of his eyes is pouring with orange power. And Midoriya actually just watched as Kirk was sent flying. Now, this is whenever Kitty does go to run over and help him, as you do have Midoriya, who does just look down at his hands. And he actually just then looked down at his chest to see that there are spikes there. This again. I almost miss it. Now, there actually is then Charles, who does come walking over, telling the kid to calm down. Now, Midoriya does look at him and ask him if there's anything else that he's hiding from them. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, how many more memories did you put in my head, Charles? You put that trigger in my head for the Phoenix and Jean Grey. Is there anything else you're hiding from me? In fact, is there anything else you're hiding from all of us? Now, Midoriya does make a huge spectacle, as Magneto does currently inform them that the Avengers just got taken down. Now, the moment Midoriya actually does hear that, he does just think, he can't stand here and wait, as he does go to turn and fly off. Now, Charles does actually create a box around Midoriya, and try to stop him. Midoriya actually looking up at it, and then immediately just cocking back his hand, as he punches straight through it with a single blow. Now, Charles is actually sent flying backwards out of his chair, and with a nosebleed, as Midoriya actually would just turn around and tell Charles to never do that again, and to try not to stop him. Now, Midoriya does actually go to turn around and fly away, him creating a sonic boom upon departure. Now, with that being said, we do have actually about roughly 50 to 100 miles off the coast of Genosha, where Midoriya he does actually currently fly, before he does just stop, and he almost loses his balance in the air. Jesus. That's back to normal. Shit! Now, Midoriya is just getting angrier and angrier. This is happening again. He's being pulled back into this world, the one he just got out of. Everyone thought he was dead. He could have left it all behind. But no. Now he's getting dragged back into this bullshit. What else is he gonna be dragged into? Now, Midoriya does actually then watch as the Phoenix does come barreling forwards. And it does actually stop whenever it does see him, as Jean is just floating there 20 feet in front of him. As Midoriya does actually say hi to Jean. Hey Jean, long time no see. Why, Izuku? It's nice to see you. Well, yes, it is. So, why are you heading for Genosha? Oh, it's simple. I wish to understand. Understand what happened to me. Whatever you did to me, it knocked a few things loose. I remember things. And the Phoenix does know a bit more. I can do whatever I want with it, you know. We can do whatever we want. I'm sorry. Jean, either I'm the Phoenix or you are. These powers we have, they make us freaks. Honestly, I wish that mine just stayed away. But it didn't. Now, Midoriya does bring his hand up, telling her that she just needs to stop and turn herself in. There's still time to back away from all this. Her just shouting at Midoriya that he's not the Phoenix. She is. She's the host for it. And it is not something that you can simply just be born with. The Phoenix travels all over the multiverse. And that it's currently chosen her she is special and he is not. He is just another freak. Now, Midoriya does get angry, and he almost does feel relieved hearing that, as he does is tell Jean that he tried diplomacy. Keep that in mind, as he does go to rush forwards, and he does cock back his hand. Now, this is whenever Jean does actually go rushing forwards at him as well, as we do have the current battle. Now, we do actually cut to Charles Xavier and the rest of the mutants on Genosha, as the entire world is setting their eyes on this current battle. Now, Izuku Midoriya, him versus Jean Grey. A lot of people are watching, as at first Jean Grey does knock him around, until Midoriya he does summon forward this power, and his rage does increase. Midoriya's skin began to get burned off. However, it just kept getting replaced over and over again. And then there was the voice in his head. Now, Midoriya, he does just get knocked around more. And Jean does just tell him, as the two do go barreling towards the ocean, that she is going to lose here. And there's nothing he can do to stop her. Midoriya actually bring up his hand and punching Jean hard, as Jean barely even does react. Midoriya actually then trying to at least try and swap places, as he does actually go phasing through her, and she does actually go smashing into the water before trying to turn around, and she does go to blast fireballs directly at him. Midoriya actually going to cock back his hands and go to blast himself, as he would begin to hear the voice again. So, now you know you're not it. What the hell? Who are you? Oh, you hear me now. Finally. It's been a while. I'm the one who's, well, I guess you could say, your host. You're my avatar, really. What are you talking about? What I would say is he's just still blasting power at Jean. Now, Midoriya actually does go to move to the right before flying in, as Jean's able to predict him, being able to smash him away as she just break his jaw. Midoriya going barreling into the water as he does actually smash into it this time, and begin to sink down. Jean just turning to look as bubbles begin to start coming up. Her then turning and just thinking, that surely killed him, before beginning to resume her flight. Now, Charles does actually begin to inform everyone that Midoriya is down, and that they do need to actually get ready. Now, we do have Midoriya as he is sinking, asking about what he is. Me? I'm, well, the darkest aspects of someone. I'm also the darkest aspects of you. What you've been doing ever since you were young. Feeding me with emotion, fear, hate, rage, love, happiness, joy. There are the others. You've supplied me with them. You've helped me. I am you. Everything you've ever felt. Fear, hate, love. Your fear is my fear. Your hate is my hate. Your love is my love. Everything. Now, Midoriya, he actually has opened his eyes, as everything's getting dark, and he actually would say the next few words in his head. He understands. Now, we do actually cut to where everyone is still focusing on Jean, as Midoriya comes rocketing out of the water, directly underneath her, and smashes her upwards into the air. Now, the moment Midoriya does do this, Jean Grey was caught off guard. Midoriya does fly her up high, as she actually does go to try and smash down into him. The moment she does land a double-handed blow on Midoriya, Midoriya barely even winces, as he actually does go to smash her directly across the face. And she does go flying backwards, before actually getting back onto her feet. Now, she does regain her bearing, and look at Midoriya, actually going to bring up her hand and wipe away blood, as she is just telling that he's made a big mistake. Mistake? Hardly. I've got a couple. Well, I got some time to take you down. If I don't, we both die. Really? I'd like to see you try. Now, Midoriya does go rushing forwards, as tendrils do shoot out of his body. And Midoriya does begin to try and use every ounce of power he does have. Midoriya actually smashing into Jean Grey as he does carry her away from Genosha. And the two actually do begin to head for various countries around the world. As we do cut to about in a straight line 300 miles away, where Midoriya, he's already smashed her through variable buildings of tremendous size. And she's gone to smash him down into the ground. Now, the moment this did actually happen, Midoriya, he goes underground and far, far down, as Jean does go flying towards him. Now, the entire country that these two are under, the amount of force behind their blows, not only does it create volcanoes, but it would actually shatter the area around them and cause worldwide devastation. Now, the two actually do then pop up in another country, where Midoriya, he's actually trying to lead Jean away. And Jean is currently chasing after him, trying to take him down. Now, Midoriya, he would then actually turn around and simply just stop flying, before actually punching Jean across the face as she was flying at him at full speed. Now, this blow he does land does send her moving away. However, she does quickly turn and try and blast him with the power of the Phoenix, as Midoriya does counter with the power of the Void. Now, Charles is trying to monitor the battle. However, the psionic power between both of these two is causing a lot of interference, and he can tell that multiple life forms are being wiped out. Everywhere they head, there's nothing but worldwide devastation. The earthquake they felt from here, and that power. Someone's harnessing the power of the sun on the other side of the world, and they can't tell who. Now, the battle that does happen, it would encompass most of the planets, as many different people, they were killed. Various heroes did try and step in, and were just consumed by the flames of this battle. Now, we actually then have Midoriya, as he's knocked away and smashed into the ground, as he does just go to get back up. Him huffing and puffing, telling the Void to give him more power. I can't. If I do, you'll die. I don't care. But he's screaming for more power. He needs it. And the Void does tell him. Any more power and he might manifest into the world. He'll lose control. They both will. Now, Rui talks about how that does not matter anymore. All that matters is they kill the Phoenix. Now, the Void does actually fulfill Midoriya's request, as Midoriya dropped down to the ground, screaming out in pain, as his body does begin to shift and grow larger. Now, Midoriya then does actually bring his giant hands up, and go to smash down directly where Jean Grey was, her flying to avoid him, as Jean Grey does fight the void with her full power, and the power of the Phoenix. Now, there is a large boom, and these two do break reality, at least the altered version of it. Now, with that being said, within the midst of this battle, these two, they've broken through something that was set in place by somebody. However, no one really does know who put it there. As we do have Midoriya, who's currently laying down. Him with both of his arms heavily injured, and his face very bloody, as Midoriya can feel his eyelids regenerating. And he does just wonder if that's what it's truly like to harness so much power. And he does just try to think, why did that feel so refreshing? Now, Midoriya, he would actually pass out, as the Phoenix does leave Jean's corpse. Now, with that being said, Midoriya, he would wake up sometime later. And whenever he does, he is sort of confused. They're back at the Xavier Mansion. And, well, things do feel okay. However, Laura and Arma do come walking in. Midoriya turning to see them, as he does ask him exactly what happened. And both of them, they do look at him surprised. Uh, shit. What? Now, these two do both stare at him, and then look at each other, wondering if they should tell him what Charles did have to tell them. All of them. Now, Midoriya is sat down, and he is informed about the entire situation. Apparently, the world or paradise they all lived in is gone. And Charles did explain this to them. One day there was an event that it wiped out half the life in the universe. Eventually, the world's heroes were able to rebuild and repair. And they were lucky enough to change a few things around and use a certain power that really they shouldn't have messed with. Now, Midoriya, he would be kind of confused about everything. What are they talking about? And, well, Charles himself will come walking in and tell the two to allow him to explain. Now, Charles does look at the young man, asking him if he's ready for this bombshell. Charles, after everything I've gone through, nothing can surprise me anymore. Alright. Some time ago, me and a few individuals, we believed that it would be best to alter the way the world worked. And, well, we did. In fact, that was a few years ago. We replaced memories, took them away, and made it to where you believed time passed. However, with your current battle, you've sort of broken the way we had things. Hmm? What are you talking about, Charles? Young man, do you know what a quirk is? Yeah, those don't exist. What? We made them up. We made up these little powers people could have. It made normal people feel safe. Now they don't have those anymore. Now they are gone. We're freaks again. We're the mutants. And I'm sorry to tell you this. Whenever everyone disappeared, whenever the world changed, you disappeared. A lot of us disappeared. Many of us disappeared. Our lives, they were trying to bleed through here. You have memories from that timeline. All of us here do. In fact, I believe most of the mutants that I allowed to remember have them. And well, they are going to be different here. Everyone you know, expect them to either be different or older. That's all I'm saying, young man. I don't understand. After, before, I don't know how to explain it to you. This power you have to hold in your hands to understand. Do you believe me? Somewhat, but you're telling me you changed the reality? Charles, I don't know what to believe anymore. They're going to stand up and say that he's going to head back to Mutant Town. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing day. Catch you guys in the next part.